Your partner makes a takeout double. You look at your hand and think, I have almost nothing. I have to bid something. And most of the time, yes, you do. But not always. Sometimes, bidding is how you rescue the opponents. And sometimes, the winning call is simply pass. In this lesson, we are going to learn Mel's Rule of 9, a practical bridge rule that helps you decide when to pass partner's takeout double and defend for penalties. This lesson is dedicated to Mel Colchamiro, Grand Life Master, bridge teacher, writer, and the creator of this useful rule. His rules helped many players turn difficult judgment calls into clear, practical decisions. And the Rule of 9 is one of the best examples. Before we learn the Rule of 9, we need to start with the normal principle. When partner makes a takeout double, partner is usually saying, I have support for the unbid suits. Please choose one. So your normal job is to bid, even with a weak hand, even with only a few points, even when every bid looks ugly. A takeout double is normally meant to be taken out. That is why a pass at a low level is not an escape hatch. It does not mean, I am weak, so I do not know what to bid. It means something much more specific. I have enough control of their trump suit and enough defensive reason to believe this contract should go down. That distinction is essential. If you are just weak and uncomfortable, you bid. If you are strong in their trump suit, then you may consider passing. And that is exactly where Mel's Rule of 9 helps. Here is the rule. When partner doubles for takeout and you are thinking about passing, count 3 things. First, how many cards do you have in the opponent's suit? Second, how many honors do you have in that suit? For this rule, the 10 counts as an honor, so ace, king, queen, jack, and 10 all count. Third, what is the level of the contract? Now add those 3 numbers together. Cards in their suit, plus honors in their suit, plus the level of the contract. If the total is 9 or more, passing is usually right. If the total is 8 or less, you should usually bid. That is Mel's Rule of 9. 9 or more, pass. 8 or less, bid. The Rule of 9 is not mainly about high card points. It is about trump control. If you pass partner's double, the opponents are going to play in their suit doubled. So that suit becomes trump. The real question is not, how many points do I have? The real question is, how much control do I have over their trump suit? If you have length and strength in their trump suit, declarer may be in trouble. They may not be able to draw trumps safely. They may lose control of the hand. And partner's outside strength may be enough to defeat the contract. But if your trump holding is too short or too weak, passing can be dangerous. You may think you are punishing them, but actually, you may be giving them a doubled contract they can make. Let's start with a basic example. Left-hand opponent opens 1 heart. Partner doubles. Right-hand opponent passes. Should you pass? No. Let's count. Their suit is hearts. You have 4 hearts. You have 0 heart honors. The contract is at the 1 level. 4 plus 0 plus 1 equals 5. That is nowhere near 9. So even though your hand is not attractive, you must not pass. Partner made a takeout double. Partner asked you to bid. Your best action is to bid 2 clubs. The lesson is simple. Do not pass just because your hand is weak. Weakness alone is not a reason to defend. Now keep the same auction. Left-hand opponent opens 1 heart. Partner doubles. Right-hand opponent passes. Now count again. Their suit is hearts. You have 6 hearts. You have 2 heart honors, the queen and the 10. The contract is at the 1 level. 6 plus 2 plus 1 equals 9. This hand satisfies Mel's rule of 9. So now passing is a serious option. You are not passing because you are afraid to bid. You are passing because you have real trump control. You are converting partner's takeout double into a penalty double. Your message is, "Partner, I know you asked me to bid, but with this hand, I believe defending is better." If this bridge lesson is useful to you, please like the video and subscribe to support the channel. That really helps me keep making more lessons like this. One of the best things about the rule of 9 is that it stops emotional passing. It gives you a number. And sometimes 1 point in the count changes everything. Imagine this auction. Partner opens 1 spade. Right-hand opponent overcalls 2 hearts. You pass. Left-hand opponent passes. Partner reopens with double. Right-hand opponent passes. Now you must decide, pass or bid. Count their suit, hearts. You have 4 hearts. You have 2 heart honors, ace and jack. The contract is at the 2 level. 4 plus 2 plus 2 equals 8. 8 is not enough, so you should not pass. You bid. Now change the hand. Again, the opponents are in hearts. You have 5 hearts. You have 3 heart honors, ace, queen, and 10. The contract is at the 2 level. 5 plus 3 plus 2 equals 10. Now, the rule of 9 says pass. This time, you have enough trump control to defend. This is the practical value of the rule. It separates a real penalty pass from a hopeful pass. This point is important. Sometimes you will not want to bid. Your hand will look awful. Every suit will look dangerous. You will feel tempted to pass and hope partner can beat the contract. But if your rule of 9 count is only 5, 6, 7, or 8, you normally have to bid. Passing because you are uncomfortable is not good bridge. Passing because the opponents are in real trouble is good bridge. That is the difference. The rule of 9 helps you recognize which situation you are actually in. Now, a warning. Mel's rule of 9 is not a license to make your own penalty double. You do not use this rule to say, "They bid too much, I will double them." No, that is not what this rule is for. This rule applies when partner has already doubled for takeout and you are deciding whether to take the double out or leave it in. Partner's double creates the option. The rule of 9 helps you decide whether passing is justified. So the context matters. No partner's takeout double? Then this is not the rule of 9 situation. The rule counts ace, king, queen, jack, and 10 as honors. That makes the rule easy to remember. But after you count, ask one more question. Are these honors likely to become real trump tricks? Some holdings look better on paper than they are in practice. For example, queen, jack, 10, tripleton may count as 3 honors. But that does not always mean 3 real trump tricks. Those honors may be sitting under declarer's ace and king. They may be easier for declarer to manage than you think. So use the number first. Then look at the quality of the trump holding. Mel gave a very practical warning about short honor holdings. When you have 2 cards and 2 honors in the opponent's suit, your defense may be overvalued. Examples: King, Queen, Doubleton. King, Jack, Doubleton. Queen, Jack, Doubleton. And when you have 3 cards and 3 honors, that can also be overvalued. Examples: Queen, Jack, 10. King, Queen, Jack. The adjustment is simple. With 2 cards and 2 honors, treat the holding as if it had only 1 honor. With 3 cards and 3 honors, treat the holding as if it had only 2 honors. This prevents you from passing too aggressively with honors that may not take enough tricks. Normally, 8 means bid, but there is an important exception. If your rule of 9 total is 8, and you also have at least 2 unexpected outside sure tricks, passing may still be right. For example, suppose you have a long holding in their trump suit, but no trump honors, so the count comes to only 8. Normally, you would bid. But if you also have ace-king in another suit, those 2 sure tricks may make passing attractive. The key word is sure, not possible tricks, not maybe if partner has the right card. Sure tricks. Outside sure tricks can compensate when the rule of 9 count comes up 1 short. But 1 outside trick is usually not enough. There is another important adjustment at high levels. When the opponents are already in game, your decision changes. For example, if the opponents bid 4 hearts or 4 spades and partner doubles, bidding on may force your side to the 5 level. And at the 5 level, you need to take 11 tricks. That is a serious commitment. So when the opponents are already in game, you do not need a perfect rule of 9 count to pass. Often, your best chance for a plus score is to defend. Only bid on if you believe your side has strong prospects of making your contract. At low levels, the rule of 9 count is very important. At very high levels, the question becomes, can we really make our contract if I bid? If the answer is no, pass and defend. Let's practice. Left-hand opponent opens 1 heart. Partner doubles. Right-hand opponent passes. What should you do? Count their suit. You have 6 hearts. You have 2 heart honors, Queen and 10. The contract is at the 1 level. 6 plus 2 plus 1 equals 9. You pass. You are converting partner's takeout double into a penalty double. Now, same auction. Left-hand opponent opens 1 heart. Partner doubles. Right-hand opponent passes. What should you do? You have 4 hearts. You have 0 heart honors. The contract is at the 1 level. 4 plus 0 plus 1 equals 5. That is not close. You bid 2 diamonds, even if you do not love it. Partner asked you to bid, and you do not have the trump control to pass. Now let's practice a trap pass position. Partner opens 1 spade. Right-hand opponent overcalls 2 clubs. What should you do first? You pass smoothly. You are hoping partner can reopen with a double. Now suppose the auction continues. Left-hand opponent passes. Partner doubles. Right-hand opponent passes. Now what? Count clubs. You have 5 clubs. You have 3 club honors, King, Jack, and 10. The contract is at the 2 level. 5 plus 3 plus 2 equals 10. Now you pass. This is exactly the kind of position where the rule of 9 works beautifully. Mel's rule of 9 is a simple rule, but it teaches a deep bridge idea. When partner doubles for takeout, your default action is to bid. But if you have enough length and strength in the opponent's trump suit, passing may be the winning action. Count. Cards in their suit, plus honors in their suit, including the 10, plus the level of the contract. 9 or more, consider passing. 8 or less, usually bid. But remember the warnings. This rule is not for unilateral penalty doubles. Short honor holdings can be overvalued. Outside sure tricks can make an 8 count good enough. At high levels, do not bid on unless you have real prospects of making your contract. And above all, do not pass out of fear. Pass because the hand tells you the opponents are in trouble. That is Mel's rule of 9. A simple count, a practical bridge tool. If this lesson was helpful, please give the video a like and subscribe to Bridge Lab. And stay tuned because a full practice video on Mel's rule of 9 is coming soon.